This is the Kindy Rockstars Podcast, Season 6. Bringing you incredibly talented singers, artists, creators, and producers in the genre of children's music. I'm your host, Patrick Adams. Each episode will feature songs, album features, or video features, and great stories from the artists themselves. Kindy Rockstars Season 6 is proud to be supported and sponsored by Waldmania Public Relations, serving the family entertainment community for over 20 years, and Debbie Derryberry Kids. Debbie Derryberry, one of Hollywood's most active and sought-after voiceover artists, is best known for voicing Jimmy Neutron in the Academy Award-nominated film Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and Draculaura in Monster High. A lifetime musician and songwriter, Debbie has written and recorded 4 award-winning preschool music albums. Her song Baby Banana hit number 1 on Sirius XM Kid. Her song, written with Grammy-winning artist Lisa Loeb, called The Compost Bin, has won a Napa Award. Her latest album, Gotta Go Green, also a Napa winner, is all about giving kids tangible ways to save the earth through recycling, composting, reducing carbon footprint, and more. Her YouTube channel, Debbie Derryberry Kids, combines her love of cartoons and music with delightful animated videos of her songs. Children listen as well as watch, so a visual component is so important. Kindy Rockstars thanks you so much for your support, and now, on with the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Kindy Rockstars, and I'm really happy to have back on the show. It's been a while. Katie Dwyer of Katie Dwyer Music. Welcome
Hello,
back.
everybody, and Patrick.
How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I am doing great. All right. Well, it's been a minute since we've had you on. I know it's been at least a couple of years. So before we get started talking about your new album, which is called Warm Fuzzies, what have you been up to since the last time we talked?
Well, the last time we talked was for my second album, Let's Move. And when an album comes out, my year or two is really spent continuing with my children's music classes in New York City, but also kind of introducing that new music to all the children and then what might come with the music in terms of what we do with it. So just getting everybody into the new songs and having those be their kind of regular go-to listens, but also that album did pretty well. That album did pretty well and won some really cool awards, and I was really proud of that. It was submitted into the International Songwriting Competition and was made it to the final round there. So there are a lot of people, I think, that submit to that. And so I was a finalist there, although they say I can say winner. So I guess I was an International Songwriting Competition winner. And then it did really well with the School Library Journal. They gave it a red star, and it was a top, 10 album of 2021 and 2022, and some really exciting things like that. And it was really nice that it was well received. I did a lot of concerts in the city with that new album, and those sold out every time, which is really nice, to capacity anyway, where the event space was. And I still went back and did Firefly Fling and sung in front of about 2,500 people there. And I'm just realizing I can hear things in the background. I'm sorry if you can hear those. But that was also a really great experience to sing and do that concert again in Fayetteville, Arkansas, the Botanical Gardens. So a lot of really fun concerts and things happening. But just to me, I'm always writing and working on music. And so there was a bit of a little break in between these albums, but I'm really, really excited to be getting new material to everyone.
Very good. All right. And that new material is called Warm Fuzzies. So tell us a bit about the creation of this album and any fun stories behind it.
Well, okay. So Warm Fuzzies is a very special title for me. It was originated by my preschool teacher. Her name was Lil Wassam. And when I was a little girl and in preschool, she had a basket and she would pass it around to all of the kids in at Happy Days. That was the name of my preschool. And she had all these soft and fluffy things in this basket. And she would talk about how they were warm fuzzies, and we would pass it around and feel all of these kind of soft things. And she would talk about how warm fuzzies are the feelings we have when we're happy and we feel really good and we feel really peaceful and we feel really comfortable. And we would all pass this cute little basket around. And then she had a basket called Cold Pricklies. And I actually talk about cold pricklies in the song Warm Fuzzies. And cold pricklies were the not good feelings. And it had prickly pears and pine cones in it. And she talked about the feelings that we have when we're not feeling happy, and how we should behave and act when we have feelings of sadness or feeling grumpy or we're feeling moody. And she was really gentle and caring when it came to talking about feelings at a young age. And here I am in my 40s. And I will never forget that. I remember passing around that little red basket, and it was so magical to me as a kid because I wanted to touch all the soft things, but it really resonated. And obviously it stuck with me for a very long time. And as I mentioned, that firefly fling, kind of a real coming around moment for me was her great granddaughter. She passed probably 5 years ago. And my mom actually spoke at her funeral. We were very good friends with this family, but her great granddaughter came to one of my concerts, and that was really special. And I told her that her grandmother was very important to me. But that's kind of where I got the idea of Warm Fuzzies. I actually have Warm Fuzzies in my class, and the kids know them as Warm Fuzzies, and they're really big, poofy fluff balls. But this album is really feelings heavy. All of my albums are pretty diverse in terms of like there's not one central theme that I just totally stick to. But I will say that probably over 40% of these songs have something to do with either giving goodness to the world, or being kind, or being super silly. Metronome, a song we're going to listen to, is kind of about that crazy energy that we need to like control. And then there's a lot of songs about the not so good feelings we have and how those are also a very normal part of growing up. And just a lot of the laughing song, just a lot about human emotion, expression, moods. And then you've got all the animal stuff tied into. But I hope that Warm Fuzzies is a word that'll catch on. I would love to honor her legacy by that word being something that people associate with like soft, feel good things. That would be
Yeah,
really cool.
no, it's a phrase that, hey, it's still very popularly used to convey something that makes somebody feel good. So
Yeah.
the title is very catchy.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, well, we're going to talk about 5 songs from this
Hmm.
album, and also listen to them. And you
Hmm.
mentioned Metronome, so
Hmm.
I kind of dug the where you were going with that, what the song is about, controlling chaos. So
It
tell
is
us what.
chaos. Odd. I love this song. I love it's a really, I don't know what genre of music I'd put it in particularly, but it just grabs you kind of from the minute. It's really catchy. It's kind of really rocking. It's really loud, and the drummer does so good. Like I hear all those things percussion wise when he kicks it up a beat, and then his drum trills. But it's really about I am a metronome feeling the beat, but I got to get up on my dancing feet. And, it's just so those kind of like crazy times in life when we're just, especially in kids, where they're just moving constantly and jumping and jumping and jumping. But then, like, at some point, your parents are about to blow steam and maybe lose it because you're maybe going a little too cuckoo. And then I talk about how we need to gather ourselves, take a time out, stop, and just breathe and breathe and breathe. And then because they're kids, they might do that, and then they're just going to be like jumping off the wall 5 seconds later. I mean, I hope parents kind of laugh because I'm like, but we're going to get back in it. And then we breathe again at the end. But like, it's just talking about that I've got to stop. I've got to remember to like take a deep breath, settle down if I'm getting too out of control. But also like dance, have fun, do all the things, and then kind of ground yourself and listen again if you need to be listening or paying attention to a teacher. So that's kind of Metronome, but also it's just like a super fun song to dance to, and we tap our knees in class, and I have very specific things that the kids do, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, I have a 6-year-old and a 1-year-old, so I might.
You have a 1-year-old?
I do.
Congratulations. I mean, I
Yeah.
think maybe I knew that on
She.
Instagram, but or either one of them, but that's a new babe since we last spoke.
That's right.
Oh,
He just turned
well,
a year old on the 21st.
oh,
Time
that year is
flies.
the best. So you mean that he turned a year, but that year just flew? You know it did. He was just born yesterday, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That first
Yeah.
year is insane. They're like tiny, and
It
then all of a
is.
sudden they're like,
And she's
I'm
just got
pregnant.
such a different personality.
Oh, you
This
said
is
she.
it's a
This
she.
wait,
Yeah.
it is a she. I thought you said he. So she. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Whew.
no, I'm a girl dad with my just
Yeah.
nothing but girls. I think we could have like 5 or 6 more. They'd all be girls. That's
Ugh,
it's kind of the
all right.
pattern. But so I may or may not know what you're talking about here with Metronome
Mhm.
and that
Mhm.
crazy energy. Um, but good idea for a song. So let's take a listen. Here it is, Metronome by Katie Dwyer Music.
I am a metronome feeling the beat. I'm gonna get up on my dancing feet. Gonna wave to the friends I know. Jump up and down, watch me, here I go. I'm gonna tap, tap, tap my knees. Whoa, everybody, this beat has captured me. I gotta keep moving, this is my jam. I'm being silly and I'm acting like a ham. I'm not listening, I've lost control. It looks like my parents just might blow. It's time to settle down, gather myself, stop and remember to breathe, breathe, breathe. Just breathe, breathe, I am a metronome feeling the beat. I'm gonna get up on my dancing feet. Gonna wave to the friends I know. Jump up and down, watch me, here I go. But when it's time to settle down, I gotta gather myself, stop and remember to breathe, breathe, breathe. Just breathe, breathe,
And that was Metronome. All right, next song we're going to talk about is called Ron the Robin. Tell us about this one.
Okay, this is also a true story, and I love this story because I wrote this song a week before I recorded it. I don't even know if it was a week. Uh, yeah, I recorded the 19th, and I think I saw Ron the 16th, maybe. But I was sitting in Central Park. I was packing up my class, and I looked up, and a robin was sitting like just on its little legs, staring right at me. Like, just, I swear we were like 3 feet away, but I feel like we had this moment. And got out my phone and I started filming this little robin. Hazel is super into birding. So I really took it out just to film the bird for Hazel because I was like, look at this little robin that's just staring right at me. And so as I'm filming this bird, I said, let's see, it puffs out its chest. It hops. It's hopping. It swishes its, and I, in my head, I was like, oh, this little bird had such a personality, and I went back home and I decided his name was Ron. Don't know where Ron came from. Cheeky, I suppose. And I wrote this little song about how I was sitting in Central Park and what should appear Ron the Robin. And he is not your average bird. He feels like, why do kids get to have all the fun? And turns out Ron loves to dance. So we do the Robin Bop, and the kids puff out their chest and bend their arms like birds, and we hop around like birds and tap our toes. So it's really cute. This is a very choreography driven, song. The kids love doing moves to anything and everything. So, but it's the story of this little robin I saw in Central Park named Ron. So
Yeah, I think you get a lot of inspiration from Central Park,
yeah,
I think.
for sure. I was crunching it by thinking, like, I was so determined. I'm like, I'm going to get this last song done and we're going to record it. And it came together. So I was really happy.
Awesome.
And it's got kind of an old school rock sound, I think.
Alrighty. Well, we're going to play it. Here it
Mhm.
is, Ron the Robin by Katie Dwyer Music.
I was sitting in Central Park when, what to my surprise, I looked up and saw a little red robin staring straight into my eyes. I said, "Hi, little robin, do you have a name?" He said, "Sure, my name's Ron." I was shocked, he spoke, and then he said next, "Why do just the kids get to have all the fun?" I said, "What do you mean, Mr. Ron, if you please? What is it you like to do?" He said, "Absolutely nothing," and then he showed me a sweet little robin moves. Ooh, and I knew Ron likes to dance. He said, "Let's do the robin bop. Bend your arms, puff out your chest. Now pop, pop, up and down, and let your little body do all the rest. Let's hop, 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 tap your toes. Hop, 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 tap your toes. Hop, 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 tap your toes. This is how the robin bop goes." Ron said, "Next time you see a robin, I hope you'll think of me." Ron the robin dancing around Central Park in New York City. I said, "I'll show the kids your dance, and forever we'll think of you." He flew away and I heard him say, "I'll be thinking of you too." He said, "Let's do the robin bop. Bend your arms, puff out your chest. Now pop, pop, up and down, and let your little body do all the rest. Let's hop, 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 tap your toes. Hop, 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 tap your toes. Hop, 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 tap your toes. This is how the robin bop goes. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. The robin run bop. Let's do the robin run bop, 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 bop. The robin run bop.
And that was Ron the Robin. All right. Moody Schmoody. That's the next song. Tell us about this one.
Oh, Moody Schmoody. Listen, I've been around kids for a very long time. I mean, apart from teaching music classes in the city, I've nannied so many children and have certainly been through all the moments in life when kids are feeling really happy and they're just their joyful, happy selves. But also as they grow, they start, naturally, as we all do, having the not so fun emotions. And I really thought it important to write a song about those emotions. And I think I think sometimes adults or parents can see certain behaviors, let's say at the playground, and I hope that this doesn't happen, but I can't say that it doesn't. And maybe they have a bad opinion of a kid because maybe that kid was just having a bad moment. And I think it's an important reminder for grown-ups to remember that our kids might be grumpy and bossy and moody, and they might not want to share, and they might be a little mean sometimes, but that's also a very normal part of growing up, and that it's our job to help guide them and figure out how to navigate all of those feelings. They don't innately have the ability to know how to talk to a friend when they're feeling frustrated. Like, we have to help them do that. And I think that when they show those emotions or those moods, that it doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad seed. I can't even believe I'm saying that, because obviously I don't believe that any child is a bad seed. I don't. But I just think those emotions are a very normal part of childhood, and it's really up to us to help them understand and guide them in a positive direction. But, you can be having a bad day and a bad moment, and that might reflect on you in that one moment. But at the same time, you can also be like sweet and kind and loving and nurturing. And it's just important to remember that while we have bad moments, we are also all of the good things too. And I really want families to remember that when they take all of that into consideration, when their friends are building relationships with other children, and just help all parents and help one another navigate those life moments together. Yeah.
Very good. Very deep.
Yeah. That might be a personal. Oh boy. I've nannied enough to sadly say that I've, been in situations where I thought a kid was unfairly judged for certain behaviors. And it always made me sad. And I thought it shouldn't be that way. And all these kids grew up to be the most amazing humans. And so it just felt really personal to me to help adults remember that too. So,
yep, very true. If you've got an adult who's like that, then they should know better. Kids, sometimes they just don't. And they're just reacting instinctively. And so, all righty. Well, let's play it. Here it is, Moody Schmoody by Katie Dwyer Music.
I might be moody, I might be sad, I might be grumpy and get mad. I might argue with my friends, and sometimes I'll leave loose ends. I might be bossy, I might be stubborn, but here's one thing I know, that all these things are normal as I grow. I'm still growing and figuring out life. So grown-ups, please understand, I'm not trying to cause you strife. Please give me grace and believe in me, 'cause things aren't always meant to be easy and sunny. I might be moody, I might be sad, I might be grumpy and get mad. I might argue with my friends, and sometimes I'll leave loose ends. I might be bossy, I might be stubborn, but here's one thing I know, that all these things are normal as I grow. Because you believed in me, for that I love you. And for the grown-ups in the back, listen one more time. I'm gonna be a great human, 'cause I'm one of a kind. I am special, I am kind, I am funny, I am sweet, I am silly, I'm forgiving, and my personality's a treat. I am confident, I am brave, and these things will hold true. Because you believed in me, for that I love you. For that I love you. For that I love you.
And that was Moody Schmoody. Farmer Fred is the next song. Tell us about Farmer Fred.
Farmer Fred is just a silly, fun song for kids. I honestly don't remember how the inspiration for this song came to me. I think I wanted to introduce some new instruments in my album, so I thought, oh, let's do something that's a little more cowboy. Actually, I was trying to write a song about a cowboy, and I just couldn't. I couldn't get it. Like, the idea was in my head, but I just couldn't. I kept hearing the bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum, and I was trying to like riff off of like galloping along, and it just wasn't coming. And then all of a sudden I had this idea for Farmer Fred, and it's a counting song. In my class I have a storyboard, and all the kids count, and if they're a little older, instead of counting, we do the animal sounds. But I did introduce a fiddle player on this song, and I just love highlighting different musicians, and she was so amazing to pop in and in an hour get all this down, and I just think it's really fun. But this song I get more requests for this song by children, and I have more parents ask me when this album is coming out for Farmer Fred, which it's always the black sheep, no pun intended. Like, I think, oh, it'll be cute, but it's like, and then it ends up being like everybody's favorite, or the children's favorite. So I do love it. It's really short. It's about this farmer who's sleeping on the job, and he forgets how to count. So the children have to count the animals. But at the end, they have to wake him up because he's sleeping, because it's a big story. He doesn't want to go back to work. So we have to wake him up. He's sleeping, and they shout, "Wake up." So it's just a cute, fun song. Cute, fun song with the fiddle.
Alrighty. Well, here it is. Farmer Fred by Katie Dwyer Music.
Farmer Fred, he wears a straw hat on his head. He forgot to count, now his face turns red. Wee! Can we help Farmer Fred? How many horses do you see? 1, 2, 3. How many cows eating grass by me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many roosters cock-a-doodle-doo? 1, 2. How many pigs rolling in that muddy goo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pigs in the pen. Farmer Fred, he wears a straw hat on his head. He forgot how to count, now his face turns red. Wee! Can we help Farmer Fred? How many silos near his barn? I see 1. How many sheep being shaved to make yarn? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many horses do you see? 1, 2. How many farmers sleeping by me? Wait a minute. Farmer Fred fell asleep. Can you wake him up on the count of 3 with me? 1, 2, 3. Wake up! Farmer Fred, he knew how to count all along in his head, but he wanted us to count instead. Wee! Thanks for helping Farmer Fred. Farmer Fred. Yeehaw!
And that was Farmer Fred. All right, we're going to close out the song features with a song called When You Give Good to the World.
Mm.
Tell us about this one.
Well, this is extra special because my daughter Hazel sings on this song. So, boy, if you want to know how to get these ears, these eyes tearing up, you just listen to your kids sing on an album. As I mentioned, this album is very feelings heavy and talks a lot about just human interactions, how we say hello to our friends, and all sorts of different things. But, you know, I'm always trying to tell Hazel that what you put into the world will come back to you. And that's basically what this song is about. I have bad days and she's going to have bad days, and that's not ever going to change. But I do believe that when you are constantly making an effort to be kind to people outside of your home, and if you are having a bad day, just learn to not say anything at all. That, you might inspire somebody else to equally be kind or put good into the world. I mean, I guess it goes off that old movie, Pay It Forward, in a little bit. She'll ask me, I make a big effort, especially in our neighborhood, to get to know the people in our neighborhood. So, I've known and been on a first name basis with our grocery store worker for 7+ years, and our UPS guy Otto, and our mail lady June. And I think it's important, if you live somewhere, to make those human connections and not just fly by these people. I think it's what builds a community and a special human interaction. And I think also it means that these people look out for your kids. And you just have an extra system of people kind of, looking out for you. But sometimes, maybe because I make an effort to be kind or friendly, people do kind things back, and Hazel will say, well, why did that person do that? And, I always want to say, well, I'm not doing these things to get anything from anyone or for them to be nice to me back. But it just makes you want to be good when someone's really friendly and nice to you. And so this song is just taking a second to look out for people, ask them if they need any help, if they look like they're feeling sad, make a new friend, ask how someone's doing, say hello, just kind of going that extra mile. And then, when you do those things, then the world is going to be good to you in return. So that's what it's about.
Very good. All right, we're going to check it out now. Here it is. When You Give Good to the World by Katie Dwyer Music.
To the world will do the same. Can I help you carry your groceries? Absolutely, could you please? That means so very much to me. I'm feeling a little down today. What can I do to help you feel okay? Send some love my way. With a little kindness we can bring out a smile. It just makes living the more worthwhile. same. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm fine, thank you.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Let's be friends.
Let's be friends.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm fine, thank you.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Let's be friends. 'Cause when we give good to the world gives good to you. Just a friendly smile or a simple how are you? Don't be afraid to make a new friend and ask their name. 'Cause when we give good to the world will do the same. 'Cause when we give good to the world will do the same.
And that was When You Give Good to the World. All right, Katie, this album is actually coming out probably about a month and a half after people are going to hear this podcast for the first time. So, everybody out there, you are getting a sneak preview of this album. And some of these songs might not be fully in their final form. So, enjoy this sneak preview and then definitely look forward to the final version of the album. So assuming that it's going to be available everywhere you stream, purchase, and download music, how can people find and get in touch and connect with you?
Well, I am on social media, of course, under Katie Dwyer Music. You can pretty much find me anywhere under that, Katie Dwyer Music. My website is www.katiedwyermusic.com. My Instagram is Katie Dwyer Music, and my Facebook is, do you want to guess it? Katie Dwyer Music. So there is another Katie Dwyer artist, and she is an adult artist, and she sings indie music. So as long as you put that music at the end, you should find my stuff on YouTube. It's Katie Dwyer Music. So I'm right under that. I would love for you to follow. Kevin and I really want to get some content up this year, big time on YouTube. So hoping to do some of that. So yeah, come say hi. I don't get too many messages yet in my inbox. So I am sure if you like the music to get back to you and say thank you. So yeah, feel free to reach out. Would love it.
All right. Well, I know this album is the next big thing, but what's potentially the next big thing for Katie Dwyer?
Well, so I guess what's big for us is that, so my husband owns a dance company for little kids called Little Swans Ballet in the city. And it is also grown pretty quickly. So we are actually merging our businesses. While there will still be Katie's Corner, which is music-based, we will turn into Dwyer Family Arts, which is really exciting. So what that means for us is that hopefully we can reach people through music and reach people through movement as a family. And we'll probably start doing some things together. A big thing for me is that I really want to write music specific to Kevin's dancing. So I think what you can look for from me in the future is possibly, I don't know yet if it'll be an album, but it'll be my music, but for the world of dance. So creative, but getting the kids to do movement in terms of dance. So I'd love for his ballet program to be Katie Dwyer Music as well. So that's really big for our family, that we're kind of merging into more of an arts business. And I think in the future, we'd love to incorporate different facets of that as well. I am starting a writing class for older children this year and a performing class, because some of my kids age out of my class, but then the families are like, but they don't want to age out of you. So that has inspired kind of a class where we talk about music theory and warming up vocals and learning how to sing in front of our peers and getting the confidence to do that, and then writing on working songs together and performing those at the end of the year for their parents. So that's kind of some exciting things coming, and we'd love to integrate musical theater and some different forms of dance, and so we'll see. But
yeah,
just gonna roll with this album. See what happens and work on some ballet music and make it happen.
I know you'll make it all happen. All right, Katie. Well, thank you so much for coming back on the show. Best of luck with your new
Thank you
album
for having me.
and
Thank
all of
you.
those wonderful future plans. I really enjoyed talking to you, and thanks again for coming on.
Oh, you're always wonderful. I really am so happy to talk to you every single time and catch up. So thanks for having me. It
You
means a
got
lot.
it. Take care.